What's going on, everybody? It's Rick from Gardening with Barchuckin. We've got a couple explorers. Today's going to be the 41st feeding, and Sandra over at Nana's Worms, she suggested about feeding side to side. So this last feeding was over here, so now this feeding is going to be on the far side. Oh, a worm hanging out in the paper. Okay, well, he's pretty strong. So there was an apple core, the pulp, and the remnants of a banana. What I am noticing, and I don't know if it's coming through right here, there's a little depression. There's still the skin from the watermelon. Here's the banana peel, and it is just pretty much all that's left is the stem. See if I can find that apple core. There's no way that that is completely gone. Okay, well, maybe I'll find it once I start going ahead and fluffing the bin, flipping everything over. Woohoo! I remember to put that in first. Okay, so there's the bedding. I have a ton of eggshell cartons and like the drink containers. This one here, you can see how long that was, like a corner where you would put a drink. Okay, on top of the feeding, I like to add a little bit of ground eggshell. That helps to aid the worms in digestion. It's a grit source for them because they don't have teeth. They're kind of like a chicken. They have a crop and a gizzard. So as they squirm around, that helps to grind the food in their crop and gizzard so they can digest it. It also helps to add a little bit of calcium to the castings that I'll be adding to the garden, and also is like a pH buffer. If food's slightly too acidic, this helps to bring the bin back to a neutral pH. I'll go ahead and cover this up. Now, this next bit isn't necessary, but I like to do it. I add some worm chow. This is a source of food that's available to the worms much faster. As the food scraps continue to break down and the microbes and the bacteria start getting into it, it makes it more attractive for the worms, but for right now they can go after that. I like to use this because I do have some expired flour and cornmeal, so that's what I end up putting into my worm chow. I did make a video on it, and I can go ahead and put a link to a card right up here. This bin's progressing quite nicely. Like I said, this is the 41st feeding. It only started with 350 worms, so the worms have been doing a great job populating this bin. I'll put the cover so now I know that's where I fed. If you don't do that, that is kind of a good idea. Mark your feeding zones so then it's not a guesswork when you go back into your bin to see where you last fed. Well, if you guys have any questions, don't forget to drop them down in the comments. Thanks for coming along, checking out the video. Everybody have a great day.